here and here. And Zach, you want to come get started working on that mint right there? We got to get that up as well, buddy, all right?
Smell that and pass it on. Super strong, very.
So that's the first thing they have to do. They have to clean the vegetable garden from the summer crop, and then they have to re-soil and re-mulch those beds. All right, so the vegetable garden is part of it. There's an herb section as well. And then there are citrus trees, a few rows of citrus trees. There are some other non-citrus shrubs like blueberries and blackberries. And then there is a part in the back, which you'll see when we go out there, which it's more foresty in nature. It's got like a pine straw ground, and it's got nut trees, fruit-bearing trees like mulberries, and then it also has some blueberry and blackberry bushes in the ground. So permaculture is the word that we use to describe the way that it's designed, and that is the idea that, or the design principle, that things that are closer to the house, that are used on a more regular basis, are put closer to the house, and things that are used on a less regular basis are farther away. So if you think about, in a broader scheme, a farm, you have the herb garden closest to the house, maybe even in pots by your window or your porch or something like that. And you have the vegetable garden. And then you have beyond that smaller bushes and shrubs, and then beyond that you have fruit-bearing trees, and then beyond that you have the forest, which might have nut trees, might also have fruit trees, might also have berry bushes in the bottom of it. So the boys do all the work. They do all the labor. We don't have an outside group that comes in, so they do the work. They maintain it, they plant the seeds, they're the ones who are going to reapply the soil and the mulch, they're going to do the fertilizer, they're going to trim the bushes, they're going to harvest, all that kind of stuff. They even we weigh all the produce and we log it. I mean, long term, we'd like to be able to track that season by season and maybe do some of the scientific part of it. I don't know, like things like different fertilizers and different garden beds and the difference that they might make. So the kids do all that.
Getting dirty.
Have a garden at home?
We don't have a garden, but like we play a lot at home, but there's not really a lot of mud and stuff.
We made a gumbo out there in the garden. So it was a great activity. We had the big pot, just like you would see in Cajun land, and they were chopping up the greens and we were chopping up the turnips, and we made, I guess not a gumbo, but a turnip stew. That they were going to learn what to do with all of this stuff. So I have all these fruits and vegetables now, what can I do with them? And to not take for granted the work that goes into what you buy at the grocery store. So the economic component, they harvest, they process, which means clean and cut and that kind of thing, and then they package. So that was another artistic component. The kids designed labels to put on the packaging. And then they weighed it, so we have scales, and we did some math and we determined how much we wanted to sell it for so that we were making enough money to make it viable. And then we made, I would say probably, say $400 or $500 over last winter and spring, and that goes back into the garden to keep it sustainable. I think I just enjoy teaching the kids the importance of not taking anything for granted, and use of the land. The cool part for me is when they see it come full cycle. So to be able to do something with what you grew 3, 4, 5 months ago.